All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the Gamble Smart channel. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. We are here on Monday morning. That means it is Q&A time. So we've taken the comments from the live streams and all the videos that we did last week and cherry picked some comments that we're just going to answer right now for you. We try to find some of the best ones, the ones that we haven't answered before, so you can get a little bit more of a start on your week, getting a little bit more educated on how all this stuff works. And of course, Dave, how you doing, man? How was your weekends?
Oh man, I'm doing good here. Wanted
Is it
more of a
hot?
downtime weekend, didn't get it, but you know,
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
yeah. Life in the
But
IT
yeah,
world,
it's
right?
hot. I
Yes.
mean, hot. Like did a little yard work outside after 7:30 p.m. and it was still 92 degrees and the humidity was sky high.
I don't know how you do it, because when it gets hot like this, I lose all motivation. Like
Oh,
I just
no, I
I
100%
will
agree with you.
okay. I just can't do it. I don't know. It's just too much. Anyway, let's jump
Um,
into our comments here, and hope you guys have a wonderful week out there. And make sure you check out our website at gamblesmart.net, and stay tuned for later today, because we're going to have a special video release where we're going to be talking about two very special events that are coming up. This is your best chance to meet us. And so make sure you're subscribed and ring that bell for notifications so you can see when that video drops, because one of them you're going to have to do a sign up for, and we want to make sure that you're there for it. All right, Dave, you ready? You got your questions?
I'm ready.
I've got my questions.
Yep.
All right, I guess I'll take the first one. From 5877 user, he says $15 is now considered a big win on some of the newer games. Yes, you
It
have
is.
definitely noticed this. I don't like this either, and I've noticed it's like, oh, now instead of just big win, there's like extreme win, hot
Mega
win,
win.
crazy win, awesome win, amazing win. Like there's just so many different types of wins. So big win on $15. I've definitely seen that on the newer machines.
I have to.
And it's just going to get worse and worse, because they, like we always talk about on this channel, the value of the dollar is just killed when you go into the casino. They don't want you to think about how much you're winning or losing. So if you see big win on $15, they want to play into your emotions, thinking, wow, I just got a crazy big win. They don't want you to think about how much you were actually betting, right? You might have bet $3.75 to get that $15 big win. You need to do that for yourself. So don't fall in for the trap of the machines that are telling you it's a big win when it really isn't. So those are my comments on it. It's only going to get worse.
It is only going to get worse. Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. So this is from Stacking for Life 86. What are the typical reasons someone gets trespassed versus banned? Wondering if trespassed is more public, seen acting like a jackass, versus you think of being banned from a casino often for winning too much. Besides suspecting you're counting cards, it seems silly to think casinos will quick to ban players permanently for getting lucky. Everyone understands casinos hate to lose, but they can't be in a super rush to ban every player that wins in the short term, can they? Question mark. So the difference between trespass and ban is pretty simple. Trespass is a timed event. So you're trespassed from a day, a week. Most likely it is a time of, start and stop. You'll be notified of that, of how long it's going to be and what the ending part of that is. Especially if you're given any paperwork to show that, you'll see a start and end date. After that time trespassed, you are welcome back in the casino. Trespass can be for disorderly conduct, and most likely it's someone who's got out of control, someone who's drunk and disorderly, something like that. Banning is more of a serious thing. Banning is a permanent instance in almost every case. It's not something they're going to go back. There's no path that you can take to get yourself unbanned, except for going through the casino's legal department and finding out some redemption, remediation, whatever in that legal sense with the casino. But it's 100% their decision to make. Banning often comes with card counters, cheaters, people who have been asked to stop at action and haven't, people who have tried to scam credit cards, steal from players. All these things can get you banned. Winning, people I've heard of getting banned by winning, but generally it's not the act of winning, it's how they won. Right. So most of the time when someone gets banned for winning, they're cheating. They're either counting cards, they're doing some action to, post betting is a huge thing, especially roulette and craps. If you're betting after the event is actually decided. So banning is a permanent thing. Winning, you win $10,000. They're not going to ban you. Okay.
Okay.
There's lots of people I've seen win lots of money, and they
That
do
would
not get banned.
think about that. That would be the dumbest thing for them to do. What they want to do is give you a free room, invite you back, and all that because they want to get that money back. So banning you is not. That doesn't even make logical sense to me. If you want it fair and square, they're going to want you back because what's the cardinal rule, Dave?
Keep them playing.
Keep them
playing.
Get the money back.
Get that money back. So hopefully that answers your question, Stacking for Life.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. I don't think we've ever had that one before. All right. Gordon Steven 8329 says, I've personally sat in a Vegas casino watching a progressive machine that was almost maxed out, and a slot tech opened the machine before I could get on it and reset the progressive back from 49.76 to 40.20. Casinos can do whatever they want. Okay, so this is a false statement. I'm not sure what he witnessed, but I can tell you with 100% certainty he did not witness the slot tech reducing the progressive or resetting the progressive. That is not even possible without a complete clear of the machine. And what I mean by that is gaming commission coming out, paperwork being done, and multiple people standing behind that machine processing that change. That is done on purpose for this very reason. They cannot allow casinos to have control over when a progressive hits or not. If people often say, well, they wait until it gets really high, then they say, well, we don't want to pay that, so go over there and reset it. By law, they're not allowed to do that, and the machines are locked down in a way where they cannot do that. So I don't know exactly what you saw. I mean, I can think of different scenarios here where maybe somebody actually did hit the progressive and all he was doing was clearing it off for the next player, but he can't open the machine and just make it disappear. There's just no way in a licensed casino that kind of thing can go on. So, but very good comment. Thanks for sharing. All right, Dave, take it away.
I've definitely seen several things where it makes you think something else is going on, but it's completely legit.
That's right.
So
that's right.
This is from Kimmer00185. Kimmer, we know Kimmer. She's been around a while.
Oh, yeah.
This was about the FTC wanting more info from MGM after the hack that they experienced this past year or late last year. So her question is, MGM have more to hide? Well, Kimmer, it's not really about what they have to hide. It's essentially any business, once they have achieved their legal obligations to the FTC to report as a publicly traded company, that's it. There's nothing really more the FTC needs after a certain amount of declaration, disclosed information, all that. So this doesn't have a thing to do from a casino standpoint. This is a business standpoint. It is most likely the case that they do not wish to reveal more info that the FTC is asking. My company in particular has actually recently been through this. We had a data breach last year near the same time as MGM. We had to disclose that because publicly traded company, and they asked for so much documentation. Once we gave them all the documentation, they did ask for more. Our legal team politely said, no, thank you. We've given you all the required documentation. We don't wish to give anything else. It is within the FTC's authority to subpoena extra documentation, but they have to be on the absolute right side of the law to do so. They cannot just randomly ask a independent company for documentation. That's not the way the system works for the FTC. They do have to follow rules and regulations like everyone else. I don't really think MGM has anything to hide. They most likely, in my opinion, complete opinion, they don't want to give over certain things that the FTC is asking for. Most likely, and again, just guessing, player data and all that, because I know the FTC was asking for a big bunch of player data that was exposed, and they didn't want just the social security number data that was exposed. They wanted the actual player data. So addresses, phone numbers, amounts of loss. And remember, once it goes to the FTC, it now becomes public record. And now that can be asked through Freedom of Information Act. So there are some dancing back and forth with the FTC sometimes.
This kind of reminds me of how the company Apple treats these things too, where they're, privacy is their number one mantra on everything that they do. And so you can imagine the same situation if the FTC was requesting information on iPhone users and who's using an iPhone and how long they've been an iCloud user or whatever, you can bet that Apple is going to push back and say, no, we don't want to provide you that information unless you subpoena that. Exactly. So there is some company protections there. Like it's not that they have, like Dave said, there's nothing to hide. It's just they got to make sure that they really need to give it up first. Like, well, what's your reasoning behind it? You know, do you just want it for, you know, shits and giggles, or do you really need it?
You know? Right. Do you really need this information?
Damn, and where's the square jar?
I definitely want a company looking after, especially a company I'm a customer of, looking after my best interest, whether it's my bank, my phone company, or my casino. So
yeah.
I don't want the government knowing my business.
I know. I don't know how what are they going to say? Wait a minute. You actually have more on your win-loss statement than you told us about.
Could be.
I don't want them to know that.
I don't want them to know that either.
It's definitely not.
It's definitely not.
All right. Brother Pre Carter says, I am one of the biggest dodos in the world. I lost $4,000 yesterday on slots. You're not a dodo. Listen.
Just a regular guy.
You're a regular guy
gambling
slot machines. This happens to all of us, maybe not severely like 4,000, but 400 could mean a lot to a lot of people, and we've lost that. Yep. The important thing is number one, you found us, which I am super excited about. So you need to make a decision on, you obviously it was impacting you, right? You lost the 4,000. You realize that you did it enough that you sought out one of our videos and commented on it. So I think you're making the right steps in the right direction. But ultimately, it's going to be up to you what you want to do from now on, right? Do you need to quit altogether? And if so, we have information in the comments or in the description below on how to do that. But if you do think you can still gamble without repeating this, that's the number one thing, is don't repeat the mistake, right? You got to learn from it and do something next time to prevent it from happening again. So watch our videos, keep posting your comments, and we'll reply and give you some ideas. But ultimately, it's you. You got to decide what you need to do. But the one thing that we will tell you is do not repeat the mistake. Don't figure out why you lost the 4,000. Was it because you just got reckless? Were you drinking? Were you pulling money out of the ATM that you shouldn't have? All those things that probably led to it. You need to identify those and start to wipe them out so that you don't do that again.
Go back and watch our old videos. Take some time to reassess yourself, and especially watch Mark's audit. That was a honest, true of what had happened.
I'll put a card
and reassessing, and definitely go back and check all those out. Especially gives you a nice break from the casino. Again, if it's something you are thinking about quitting completely, that's your decision. That information is down below. Do not hesitate to reach out to somebody if you feel that gambling is a problem in your life, or anything is a problem in your life. Do seek help for that. But if you are looking at keep playing, play smart. ATM cards, stay at home. No, you bring your cash with you. You set a budget that you can easily just let on fire, and then you will never feel like you've lost much again. I promise.
Well said, Dave. Good stuff.
Appreciate it. It's like that's a big thing with me is don't repeat mistakes.
Oh yeah.
That's why we're here.
That's exactly why we're here.
We're here to show you.
Bring it all to the surface. Everybody likes to not talk about this stuff. Mm-hmm. We're the opposite of that. Let's get it all out in the open. Realize that we all F up from time to time. This is your path to getting better. Like, this is how human beings get better, is by making mistakes. Nobody's perfect. You're going to make mistakes at everything you do in life. But the important thing is to apply the human aspect to it, is learning from those mistakes, like in doing something next time so that you don't repeat those mistakes. You've been taught that since you were a kid. And the same applies here. Don't just keep repeating the mistakes over and over again, because it will get worse. It will definitely get worse. If you keep bringing ATM cards and you keep learning about different ways to get cash when you're in the casino, if you keep at that, it's never going to improve. It's just going to get worse and worse until you're rock bottom. So you got to do something now to prevent all those things from happening again. So wise words, Dave. Very good.
All right. So this is from Ellington237. Hi, I'm wondering if the odds reset after someone hits. Can I ask a casino staff when was the last payout on a certain machine? So yes, you can absolutely ask the casino staff. They may not know. That has no bearing on future payouts. Let's just say, for instance, one of the top dollar behind Mark, the top prize is 1,000 credits times 2 times 2. It could hit that, and it could hit that again on the next bonus. It could hit that again on the next bonus. It is possible, not probable. So try to keep that in mind. Of just because a machine is hit doesn't mean it's due to hit again or not due to hit again. Just because the machine has not hit doesn't mean it's due to hit or not hit. It is all going down with the randomness of the game and when you push the button. So let that be your guide. Don't try to focus on when something has or has not paid out.
Perfect. I think we need to say that in every single video from now on, because I think out of all the comments that we get and like even the questions on the live stream, that one comes up the most.
It does come up a lot.
Should I keep playing this game because somebody just hit the top line jackpot? It doesn't make any difference.
Michael, see, if I see someone has hit a bonus on top dollar and left it on the bonus, I will go and play it.
Yeah.
For one, it just annoys me that that's up there.
I
but
know.
Two,
I know. Yeah. It's an OCD thing. Yeah.
There's always a chance.
I have the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're telling me there's a chance. All right.
Telling me there's a chance.
Shark 511151. The more I've played, I love this comment. The more I've played slots, the more wildness and randomness I've experienced regarding the RNG, random number generator. It really is wild. The biases I've formed that seem reasonable ended up putting me in my place. I thought this is a really good comment because if you haven't seen the video that we talked about biases a couple of days ago, please go and watch that. I think it was last Friday. Because what we've talked about a lot on this channel is gambling is a psychological warfare that you have to deal with. Like you are against the machine, the card dealer, the roulette dealer, whatever the case is, you versus them, and they are constantly shooting psychological bullets at you nonstop, right? And you have to be strong enough to realize where you're going wrong, where you're letting that kind of seep into your brain and influence your decisions. And the thing is he is right. The RNG is wild. You see crazy swings. I was going to tell a story about the pinball that I have behind me. I played it for probably 10 to 15 minutes. I would say 200 to 300 spins without getting the pinball bonus. The average is around 1 in 64. So that is way outside of the average. And then all of a sudden, I started getting it every other spin, every 5 spins, 6 spins, and all that. And I can see where people, because that was happening, I can see where people were saying, wow, this machine now has to start giving back because of that long string of 300 spins where it didn't give me the bonus, or 200 spins. And that's not what's going on. I know that because of the probabilities and how the RNG works, but it is wild when you see things like that because our brains think that there is something going on there. Something has been programmed into that machine to have dry spells and non-dry spells, but that's not what's going on. It's just how randomness works. And for whatever reason, our human brains have a really difficult time with that concept, especially on the large scale that it's on. We can reasonably make a connection with the flipping of the coin because it's either 1 or 2, right? It's either heads or tails. That's something simple. Now take that and extrapolate it to a slot machine where it's 10 million pulls. That our brains just explode trying to think of the probability and the math behind that. So I appreciate that comment because it is true. The RNG will produce some really wild results sometimes, and it feeds right into your bias, and you start to think that there are patterns or there is something predictable going on. And we cannot tell you enough how you have to put up a wall around you. Put your shields up, right? Level 1 shields. Get rid of all those psychological biases and understand that that's not how they work. And I think you'll be a better player because of it. So anything you want to add to that, Dave?
The only other thing is don't confuse the pre-programmed blank, that occur as a pattern. Those are not patterns. Those are just the cycle that occurs. The new double top dollar, prime example, 7-7, single bar, 7-7, double bar, 7-7, triple bar.
Yeah.
It happens so much. Mark and I will call it out and we'll see who's right. there have been people sitting next to us who think we are psychic.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, nope,
Exactly.
it's just the teaser. Don't confuse teaser with pattern.
Yeah. Well said, man. Well said.
Okay, I've got a good one here.
Okay.
Drink of water. This is just water. It should be something stronger, but
Oh no.
okay.
I have no idea which one he pulled, guys. We didn't tell anybody in advance. So
this is from user WT3P.
I already know who this is now.
1ZB4D.
Okay.
Yep. We kind of expected you guys to protect and defend the greedy casinos again and again. Never really fails. You guys are unbelievable. Shake my damn head. I don't know how many times I have said on this channel, Gamble the Globe, every channel I've ever been on, that I give you ways to skirt around things in the casino, how to exploit the casino offerings, how to get better things from them, how to get those secret offerings, all these things that the casinos don't want you to know. We're here telling you. We are definitely. Another thing is, I do not keep my opinions very shadowed about casinos. So that's probably why we're never going to get sponsored by casinos, because I'm so hard on casino properties. Yep. I expect them to be better. And part of that is, for one thing, being honest and upfront with everybody, sharing information instead of being secretive. And that is what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring a lot of that backroom stuff that has been going on forever of just, oh, we're not going to tell anybody anything, to give you this information. If anything, we are probably going to get hammered because we don't back the casinos enough. But that's what we are. We're honest. We back the casinos when the casinos are right. And sometimes, in different cases, the casinos are going to be right. We back the players when the players are right. And you can see this very evident from the Wheel of Fortune win. At very first, when we saw it, we're like, nope, it's a cold shut in case. She didn't win, all that. Then we saw more info and we realized, you know what? She has a case here.
Right.
So I'm not sure where anyone thinks we're defending a casino, but we will give our honest opinion. And sometimes the opinion will favor a casino and sometimes it will favor the player, because we are telling you what we believe and what we think from our experience. There we go.
I can't add anything to that. So, well, I mean, well said, Dave. And that's our mantra here, is transparency above all.
Yeah.
And that's never going to change. And yeah, we will lose sponsorships. We will lose subscribers. We will lose, opportunities, but that's okay, because our lifeblood in this channel is about transparency and being open and honest about everything that we do. And we're going to continue to do that at the sacrifice of getting offers and sponsorships and things like that. And we made that decision on day one, Dave. We before we started this thing, we're like, this is how we're going to do it. And even if we suffer because of it, that's okay, because
we know we're doing the right thing.
We're doing the right thing. And that's the kind of people that we are. Maybe we're humble to a fault sometimes, but that's all right. And
I've told Mark this, is that if we ever do get a casino sponsor or partnership with a casino, one of the things in the contract is going to be, we still have our own opinions.
Yeah.
And those opinions,
no editorial reviews, none of that stuff. Like,
exactly.
Oh, you have to say that this is a great machine and that they should play this. No, none of that stuff.
But it better be a great machine.
Yeah.
You have to say our spa is
terrible.
Well,
yeah. I mean,
and right now the par for me is WinStar. You better be here for me to say your spa is great. Because if you're not here, you're going to get roasted.
That's right.
Well, this is okay. It would be a Bellagio, be like, this is okay spa, but it's no WinStar. So
right.
And that will be absolutely something that's going to come out of my mouth.
That's okay. Open and honest. All right, guys. Well, again, stay tuned for later today. We'll do a little video on the upcoming events. They're big enough that we're going to do a standalone video to give you all the details. So make sure you're subscribed for that. This is, again, going to be your best chance to meet us coming up very soon. So we would love to see you out there. Dave, have a wonderful week, my friend.
You too, Mark.
Let's see. What do we got on deck? We got some hotel reviews on Tuesday coming out.
Yep.
We have our Wednesday live show that happens every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Time. And then on Thursday, I think, is our final chapter of the Outside Las Vegas, which is Red Rocks. So we had a bunch of fun there. So look forward to that video.
There's one after it then.
Oh, what do we do after Red Rocks?
We went to Durango Station.
Ah, that's right. Durango.
There's 2 more weeks.
There's 2 more weeks. All right. Okay. I forgot about Durango. Yeah, that's right. All right, guys.
Everyone
As always,
forgets about
gamble
Durango.
smart.
Gamble safe.
We'll see you later. Take care, guys.
Have a
Bye.
good one.